I've had the devil and the angel on my shoulder over these last couple of weeks. And I was in two minds whether or not to do this video. But whether I like it or not, I think I do hold a level of influence, and it's important for me to stay as transparent as possible, as I have done from day number one. That devil was saying, you don't need to explain yourself, Tom. You're your own island. Get cracking. You don't need to go through X, Y, and Z. Just go back on. But the angel was saying, Tom, you've amassed quite a large following, and you've gone from this journey of competing and coming off anabolics and saying how good it is for you. I think it's important that you highlight the reasons as to why you're going back on for your followers. And I agree with the angel, hence why I'm doing this video. The devil can go away. Maybe it's chimp mind. Yeah, it's chimp mind. The devil is the chimp mind. I'm reading Chimp Paradox at the moment. It's wicked. It's one of the best books I think I've ever read so far. Not even finished it yet. But I did do a post on Instagram the other day, and I think that was important for me because it's allowed me to kind of see what a very, very small amount of people had to say about my decision of going back on. I think it's very important when you do put yourself out there on Instagram as an, I don't want to use the word, but like influence. I think it's important for us a lot to be open to what people have got to say that might not be nice or align with what you want people to hear. I think we're very good at ignoring what the negative things that people got to say and just continually trying to thrive in this environment of like positivity. I don't think it's very healthy. I always like to take on board what people have got to say. And the reason why I say that is because a couple of people said, you know, that they almost feel like there's a level of deceit here, and I just wanted to highlight there's no deceit here. I think what is important to highlight is that myself in particular, as many other YouTubers, we pick the camera up and we just document. At no point do we really say, I'm doing this is what you should do. So back when I came off anabolics, I didn't come off anabolics and stop bodybuilding and saying, right, everyone else has got to do that. I came off anabolics because at that point in my life, and bodybuilding as well, and this is really interesting discussion that I've had recently with my therapist, that I've gone back to for health related reasons with regard to my colitis and kind of suffering from health anxiety. But this idea of like me for so long placing the burden of why I was feeling a certain way in myself and in relationships on the shoulders of bodybuilding and anabolic steroids. And she said, look, we're really good as humans at going, right, we're feeling shit. Let's not actually dissect ourselves and look at the real reason. Let's lump it on the shoulders of something else. And at that point I was like, right, for me, I think bodybuilding and anabolic steroids have negatively affected me. It's all your problem. It's nothing to do with me. I'm a saint. There you go, anabolics. I'm going to get as far away from you as possible. And that's what I did. You know, I got to a point in my life where I was like, I'm not really happy. I think bodybuilding's the reason. I think anabolic steroids are the reason. I'm going to get as far away from that as possible. I'm going to jump head first into like functional. I'm going to do my high rocks. I'm going to start running. I want to come off gear. And I think this level of introspection that I've obtained over these last couple of years has now allowed me in this position to go, maybe bodybuilding and anabolic steroids wasn't the sole purpose and reason as to why I was like I was. So let me just backtrack a little bit. The reasons why I am going back on anabolics, one, from a health standpoint, you might be thinking, what? Going back on anabolics is supposed to be healthy for you. The reason why is because I look at my life when I was on anabolics and I had no issues with regard to like my stomach. And I went down a rabbit hole the other day and looked at a lot of research and data on testosterone and growth hormone and how it could potentially positively affect the gut. I'm currently not running any direct kind of steroids or mesalazine for my stomach. I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis early this year. And it's still not great. And I wanted to give this experiment a go to see how that affects my stomach. The second reason is, and I'll be totally honest with you, I miss it. I miss being on anabolics. I miss the feeling of being on anabolics, not necessarily with regard to the changes to your physique and strength, and I think only really anabolic steroid users will know what I'm talking about when I say, when you are on, for some reason, you get this heightened level of drive and motivation and determination, and that spills not only from kind of physique development but also into my business. And I've spoken about this before, and I've kind of got a year down the line, and at the moment I've been kind of lacking a little bit of purpose, which I know is crazy. That's a really almost sad statement to make. It's like you're associating a drug, anabolic steroids, with purpose. But I'm just being honest, it's what I've known for the best part of my whole 20s. you know, nearly 10 years. Started when I was 19, 20, and I finished when I was about 29. So it's what I've known. And I again, being transparent, I greatly miss that feeling. The third reason is with regard to my actual physique, and it kind of links to number one on my stomach. I do feel like I'm very much behind, and I have or had an idea of what I want to look like and what I wanted to achieve. And this ongoing issue with my stomach is I've kind of been stalling. I feel like I've been stalling. I'll have a couple of good days, my stomach will be bad, and it's really kind of it's messing up my what's the word I'm looking for? My kind of plan, my goal. For the first time in my life, over the last couple of weeks, I sat down with an actual planner and plotted out the next 4 to 5 years of how I want my life to go. I've never done that before, ever. The last 9 or 10 or so years that I've been in this industry, I have not winged it, but I've never sat down and gone, right, I want to achieve this. It's always been very, very short-term goals. I think that goes for a lot of people in this industry, in this game. So I sat down and I planned out what I want to do with my physique, what I want to do with my business in year 1, year 2, year 3, and year 4. And for the first time in a long, long time, there's a big, big level of excitement for me. And that kind of first objective for me means that I'm going on anabolic steroids, and I'm kind of pursuing a certain type of physique that I want over these next 12, potentially longer, based on where blood work will sit. But yeah, I'm going on a little bit now, and I'm conscious of the time. But I think I wanted to sit down and highlight that that there is there's no malice or deceit here. You know, me deciding to step away from bodybuilding and step away from anabolics and go into this world of functional fitness, which I absolutely love, and I intend to do another High Rocks next year at some point. And the knowledge that I've gained from going to the March On programs and the March On courses is fantastic, and it kind of ties in to my 4 or 5 year plan that I've set myself. So yeah, that's where we're at this current time. I think I've done enough to not explain myself like I need to explain myself, but I think it's important that I just kind of lay the foundations. This is what I feel is best for me at this current time in my life, and I am an individual. I hold my hands up. I act on instinct. You know, once I have an idea in my head, I'm doing it, and I don't look at it as a mistake. I never have done. I don't ever look at things in the past as mistakes. I look at them as a learning process. If for some reason me going on anabolics is a bad decision, I don't then kind of lump it as regret. I go, oh, okay, we learned from that. Maybe we won't do that again. So that's just where we're at. That's how I'm feeling. That's where my head's at. And this is what we'll be doing over these next 12 weeks plus, potentially maybe like 14 to 16, who knows. But yeah, I'm excited. I feel like I've got my spark back, and I know that's really mad. And I do want to highlight that. And I also want to highlight the fact that my opinion on anabolics hasn't changed. You know, it hasn't changed. But I'm just doing what I think is right for me at this current time. And I will be documenting this process over these next however many weeks. So strap in. Today we are going to go and get some health work and some markers done. So we're going to start with a heart scan, and then we're going to get a full blood panel done, an ultimate performance test. Sorry if there's any flies floating about. I'm in the garage now. My best mate's just moved in. But yeah, bang on the health. And I'm also doing a sperm test as well, because I've never done one before, and I think it's the right time to do it before I jump back on. Okay, I think I've explained myself well enough there. I also feel like I'm in a little bit of like a reckless period of my life, you know? I haven't settled down yet. I'm still single. I'm looking at this opportunity as a chance to go, let's go fucking diesel mode again, Tom. Let's, do you know what I mean? What if we woke up at 5 every day and got our fucking head down and really went supersonic over these next 4 or 5 years? What if? And that's what we're fucking gonna do. So strap in and enjoy the rest of the video. First trip was up to the London Welbeck Hospital with the London Sono company. I paid about £200 for this private echocardiogram, and they give you a full report and a brief rundown of the scan after. And here are her words.
The heart function is absolutely fine. Yeah. Contraction, pump function, and relaxation. And heart valves, I can see in the mitral valve, which is the valve between two ventricles, left ventricle, between ventricle and atrium, left. It is a mild leakage in mitral valve. It can be quite common, and we can see it in 30 to 40% of young people. So it is not something to be concerned, and it's not actually a heart problem.
Okay, cool.
Also, Also, I can see that your left ventricle, which is the systemic ventricle, we call it, is very mildly enlarged, which I think that it might be because you do regular strenuous exercises, and I can call it an athlete heart.
Okay, cool.
So everything is fine. I don't think that there is something concerned about, or you need any medications, but I can advise you to repeat your echocardiogram every 2 or 3 years.
Perfect.
Okay?
Thank you so much.
My
Appreciate
pleasure.
that. Thank you. Mitral valve regurgitation. Are you moving? I feel like I'm in Amsterdam again. Mitral valve regurgitation. I don't like it. I didn't white you, by the way. Someone was like, did you white? I'd have considered it more cannabis-induced psychosis more than anything. Didn't know what was going on. That's what happens when a non-smoker blazes 3 joints in a row and thinks that's a good idea. What was I going to say? So mitral valve regurgitation is what they said about 4 years ago, and it hasn't worsened, so we'll take that as a win, I suppose. But I don't know the severity of that disease or issue, and it seems pretty common, so we'll see. They just, as they said last time, just keep getting frequent checks. Second health checkup, we're off to get some bloods done. I'm using the Medichecks Ultimate Performance Test. I've been working with Medichecks for about 6 or 7 years now, I think. Definitely 6 years since I was in the West Wickham flat. But I've been working with them for a long time. They're getting far better now at having clinics very close to you. So my closest clinic is the Superdrug in Bromley. So Ultimate Performance. If you want a full in-depth panel, then the go-to is about £199, 10% off if you use TMC10. Shameless plug, I know. But to be honest with you, most would be okay with the sports hormone blood test, which is about £100. But I want to get my full biomarkers done. Do this properly. Let's look at where FSH and LH is at, testosterone, estrogen, how everything else is functioning. Okay. Let's go and get some blood taken up my arm. I am fasted. I think I'm going to do a 36-hour fast and then just eat tomorrow for breakfast. Light work. Trip number 2 is down to Superdrug in Bromley. So this is what Medichecks do now, or they've done for some time, but they're branching out, which is good. So whenever you want to do an in-person blood check, then you just type in your postcode and just find the nearest one. So mine is Superdrug in Bromley. And I've gone for the Ultimate Performance blood test. I think it's £199. Shameless plug. You can use TMC10 and get yourself 10% off, which will take it down to, quick maths, what's that, 10%? So 180, which isn't too bad for a full blood panel. But we'll run through this. It's a full FSH, LH, estrogen, prolactin, testosterone, liver, kidneys, heart, everything, which will be interesting. Always vital to get some pre-cycle blood work done. Good nurse this. I didn't feel a single thing. I said to her, that was really good. But like I said, we'll go through the results when they come back. Usually with Medichecks, it takes about 2 to 3 days. Chuck it over on a Monday, and then you should have it back by about Wednesday, Thursday. Okay, tests done. So not only is your stomach fucked, Tom, so is your heart. No, those results from today's scan were the same when I got my echocardiogram done. I can't remember why I would have got an echo done about 3 or 4 years ago. Maybe, I think it was due to my dad having a stroke. He's fine, by the way. You're thinking, fucking hell, Tom, your dad had a stroke. Yeah, he's all good now. He just can't go up hills as fast as he used to on his bike, which is good for me because I get to overtake him. But no, he's all good. And I think when he had it, they said, I think it's important for your sons to see if there's any potential issues with their heart. So that might have been the reason why we got it done. But once the Medichecks results come through, that full Ultimate Performance panel will go through those. Be interesting to see where my testosterone is at, because it's been at 15. The highest it's been is it's 15. Been between 14 and 15 nanomolar over these last 12 months. So it'll be interesting to see where that is well over a year later. And welcome to the new series. Cycles is back, baby. Let's be honest, put your hands up. Who thought, you'll go back on? I never said I wouldn't go back on. I said I'd go back on definitely when I'm older. In my head, I thought I'd be like 40. I didn't think I'd be 30 going back on, but it's the human brain, innit, eh? We all change. And if you're someone that kind of, what I've noticed when individuals like myself make decisions on social media that might differ from what my stance was previously. Some people take like wins. They sort of see that as like a, you know, if that is you need to change your mindset. You need to change the environment, the headspace that you're in. Usually that's a reflection of their own inability to make decisions and change, you know. That's what I feel anyway. I'm going to leave the video there. Comment away. I'm sure there'll be a few comments. But hey, that's what we sign up to when we put our lives on social media, innit? Welcome to the Going Anabolic series. I will see you very soon. Thank you, good night, and much love.